bless me, guess I just felt like riding today. See, Shirley stables are boarded up and let go. Truth be known, that's why I always take the interstate home. 10 years ago, these stables on the best thoroughbreds in the land. Danny named this farm for Shirley that he built with his own hands. Danny was my best friend, but there was talk all over town, 'cause Danny was a jealous man. Things were starting to get out. Weeds have all grown up out in the pastures, but nobody ever rides at all. Good morning, nothing but an empty stack of stalls. There's a ghost in Shirley stables that haunts the hills and the dreams of us all. I still remember where I was the day they called the law. I was out back in the main barn, chewing Amer we just bought. The sheriff had a lot of questions and said they found Shirley dead that night. They found a bullet in her chest, matched the one in Danny's 45. The weeds have all grown up out in the pastures, but nobody ever rides at all. But there's a ghost in Shirley stables that haunts the hills and the dreams of us all. Sometimes I miss those days and the horses that I used to train, working on my best friend's farm that shared Shirley's name. And sometimes I miss those nights and the way that Shirley held me tight, the times that we'd hide out, the time that she was mine. Weeds have all grown up out in the pasture, nobody ever rides at all. Good morning, nothing but an empty stack of stalls. There's a ghost in Shirley stables that haunts the hills and the dreams of us all. I hardly take the old road since they built the interstate. Man, I don't know what possessed me, guess I just felt like riding today. You guys doing okay? Are you okay with the acoustic performance? It's actually kind of nice. Yeah, well, in a room like this, I feel like it's all wood, and I, in my mind anyway, people were doing it. How old is the building? Does anybody remember?
I don't remember.
No?
One, yes.
Do you remember? Anybody else? I wonder how long they've been doing shows here.
25 years.
25 years? In my mind, 200 years. I like to think of when I'm in, well, I don't know what this building was before then. Farm. Okay, so they weren't playing shows then. Maybe the cows were performing for the pigs, and There is something about being in, you know, older houses but this is what I did growing up. My uncle, my grandmother, my grandparents, both of my grandparents, my grandma and my grandpa, they both played guitar, and my grandmother wrote songs, and she only passed away about 5 years ago, and my dad, you know, still plays guitar and sings, and his little brother, my uncle, is the one that taught me how to play guitar, and he had moved to Nashville back in the 1980s to try his hand at the music business, but so my uncle is mainly the one that's corrupted me. So anyway, but this is what we did. I never thought I was going to be any sort of professional musician. I thought I was going to be a visual artist. That I wanted to be that kind of artist. But for fun, we all just, when I get together on my dad's side, we would, you know, you get out a guitar and everybody, you would play and you would sing, and that was just what we did to entertain ourselves. And then when I started writing, and all these songs started coming to me, I started eventually writing them down, and then you eventually want to play gigs in front of people that aren't your family, and then you eventually want to record them, and it just kind of keeps going and going. But it started just playing, you know, like this. So I'll play this. This is kind of about that, but this is called 50 Bucks. This song is a couple of years old, but it's still not made it onto a record yet. Got an uncle back home who taught me everything there is to know. From guitar picking to throwing them back to the ladies hanging out at the shows. He had an Alvarez Yari and a K5 Blazer that rang through the holler from Granny's porch. One day he told me I could even make some money. I'd learn a few more chords. Said there's a man that'll pay you 50 bucks if you sing to the Shut It Down. 50% off a draft beer and a burger on the house. You can play your own, you can cover the Stones, long as no one complains of the sound. It all goes well, well, you can come back next time you're in our town. 50 bucks. I tried work and I tried school, but a circle don't fit in the square. So I picked up my guitar and slung it on my back, and I went on from there. But all these roads and all these bars, they're starting to look the same. If I get loose and the people are down, hell, who am I to complain? When there's a man that'll pay you 50 bucks if you sing to the Shut It Down. 50% off a draft beer and a burger on the house. You can play your own, you can cover the Stones, long as no one complains of the sound. All goes well, well, you can come back the next time you're in our town for 50 bucks. Years get lost and truth gets found. You give love, you don't get it back. And I've heard tell you can even make some money, but I don't